Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center on this fogged-in day. I can't see past our hedges and trees, so we're here all by ourselves with you and the world of magic and miracles. So welcome. So happy to have you here. This has been a full and wonderful time here at the Advancement Center. Starting on Thursday, the 4th of July, I introduced the YouTube of Francis Scott Key's experience before he wrote the Star-Spangled Banner to Robert. I had never learned the story of this event in school, and when I saw tears forming in Robert's eyes, I heard him say, "I never knew this about America. Did you know that the Patriots kept the flag aloft through the night of bombs bursting in air by the British?" I posted this on Facebook on my timeline. It was a wonderful way to start the 4th of July. Later in the day, we watched President Trump as he detailed the history of the spirit of America and introduced an amazing air show of the latest planes and a finale of the Blue Angels in a dazzling flight pattern. The spotlight was on America, and it was a treat to watch with Robert. Later in the evening, after dinner, we walked out our front door to our loge seats to Santa Barbara's fireworks in the harbor. When we leaned a little forward and looked to our right, we were able to catch the echoing fireworks show in Goleta, which is about a 20-minute drive to the north. So that was just the beginning. Friday was a powerful day, beginning with David's deeply moving broadcast and completing the day with a celebration of Robert's birthday in Australia. It's a day early. You know about that. And there were 6 of us around a beautiful table, and the air was filled with magic, miracles, and sparkles everywhere. Yesterday, Robert's birthday here in the States was filled with birthday wishes from around the globe via Facebook, FaceTime, and squadrons of crows flying in formation with several visits from the magical hummingbird. By the way, Robert thanked each person who posted to his happiness. That was beautiful. Now, at our Friday night dinner, David stood up and delivered his gift of writing to Robert, and I want to share with you now. The title is Happy Birthday, Robert. On this day, over 70 years ago, a baby was brought into the world, and they would name him Robert. His mother, beautiful and feisty, and his father, handsome and having an incredible sense of humor and an incredible sense of honor, would give him his name. There were also beautiful siblings, brothers and a sister. No one knew that some 40 years later, something beyond amazing would happen. And yet, somewhere deep inside them, they all knew. A body rugged and sturdy was slowly being prepared to receive a new consciousness, a new spirit, a master who had been here many times before. Therefore, The first consciousness that occupied this body would willingly make way for the second. And once again, a master would walk among us, clothed in a different body, a body that this time was fully grown and having been prepared to receive him. Many near-death experiences along the way were preparing the body for what was to come. And so this new one would come arriving in the stillness of a quiet road in the middle of nowhere, amidst what felt like a mist on a foggy morning. This time, there would be no fanfare, only bent metal and rising smoke would be there to greet him on his arrival. This time, he stepped into a world without an instruction manual, and because there was no one initially here to assist him, he was faced with his own adjustment, as well as the confusion of those who no longer recognized him. And as more and more began to be revealed to him, more and more began to be revealed to the world, so that those that were ready would be able to see the open door and given a leg up over the fence. And through that, all would be shown the door, and all would be given a leg up over the fence. And now, 30-something years later, you sit here with us. Your partner, your family, and your friends. For in another lifetime, you spoke these words: greater love has no one than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. And that is what you do for us every day, especially when we're not looking. It is all that you know how to do. And on this special occasion, it is with great respect, honor, gratitude, and mischief that all of us here, as well as your parents who know who you are, and your siblings and family who for now can still only see the old Robert, wish you the happiest of birthdays today and always. Love, your friend, David. That was quite a dinner. So many of you love the title of today's broadcast, and it's so wonderful to see the likes and the loves on Facebook. And here it is again. Cherish the children around you and cherish the child within. We have all been children, having lived all manner of childhood, from having been cherished all the way to the other extreme of having been neglected. And that could include physically or emotionally. Not all parents are created equally. They range all over from the overprotective helicopter hovering parent to the almost absent parent who believes that the world will teach the necessary skills to toughen their offspring. No one escapes childhood, the place where decisions are made, usually at the age of 3, of what the world is like. We have all, excuse me. We have all been there. Our every word and action today bespeaks of our experience then. With a caring and discerning viewpoint, it is easy to spot the child who is free in movement and expression and appears to be comfortable in their skin and at ease with everyone. These are the children who are so easy to love and care for. There appears to be an ease and freedom to play and dance and follow their spirit. These are the little ones who are so easy to love and to cherish because, believe it or not, we are put at our ease to express our deepest feelings without any hesitation. The most natural phenomenon is to view our own childhood as some measuring stick and some honest evaluation of our own growing up days. I happened to tune in to a YouTube of Oprah Winfrey speaking at a Harvard commencement. She was brilliant and spoke on the topic that has always interested me and guided me in my counseling practice in and out of the hospital. She stated quite clearly that to fulfill the highest, most truthful expression of yourself as a human being, you want to max out your humanity. And the most common denominator in our human experience is we want to be validated. We want to be understood. In 25 years, she has held about 35,000 interviews and said, as soon as the camera shuts down, everyone asks, was that okay? She said that she has heard that from Presidents Obama, President Bush, and many celebrities. They all ask, did you hear me? Did you see me? Did what I said mean anything to you? Were you heard as a child? Were you seen? And were your thoughts expressed, paid any attention? These form the foundation of the adult you are about to become. Now here comes the big awakening. At every broadcast, David sits at the controller's chair, and when I have signed off, Robert rushes to turn off the camera, and with the help of David's noticing, I find myself waiting for some words of praise from Robert. How was it? Looking for validation? Last week, Robert said, no words are necessary. You were fabulous. Turning the clock back many, many decades, I am about 9 or 10 years old and driving in the front seat as my dad drove his Hudson down Ocean Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. An ambulance was following us, and the word invalid was clearly visible. As I read it, I saw invalid as one no longer valid or who has lost their validity. I never forgot these moments of revelation, and years later was known as the therapist who practiced validation therapy. Years before, as a teacher in training at an elementary school in Long Beach, New York, I was given full rein to be creative with a fourth grade class, and I had a picnic. I loved it. One quiet boy in the corner was Jeffrey. and he never joined in any activity. I soon learned that fractions made him feel dumb. And now, some 40 years later, I still remember our experience together where Jeffrey regained his sense of self and didn't have to ever feel inferior or like an invalid with his peers. We used a pizza pie. It was so simple, and it was so gratifying. I took a great big piece of paper and drew a great big circle and said, okay, here's our pizza. Now, if there are no lines drawn, you could eat the whole pizza. But if someone comes over, what do? He said, well, I just draw a line and I give him half and I have half. I said, oh, okay. Let's draw another pizza. What if two friends come over? Well, that's fine. I just make three pieces. I said, you know what you just did? The first one was in half. The second one with your two friends, you put it into thirds. Now here we go. And then another person comes. Well, at any rate, we went through everybody. I got him up to 8. And he was so excited. And I said, okay, but this guy is really hungry, so he's going to eat the other one. And we were playing with fractions like they were marbles. He had fun. I had fun. And I can see the smile on his face right now. He's probably a guy of about 50 or something. But what a wonderful, easy, simple connection with another by just validating them and not let anyone be invalidated or made into an invalid. Now you can take this and expand it to everyone. Everyone loves validation. It's funny because now all of this is coming back because much before that, in the 8th grade, I had Mrs. Steinbuehler in elementary school, 8th grade, as I said, and she believed in my intelligence. So I just loved her, loved everything she taught, and gained a lot. Now, in the awareness that we are not from here, but come from our origin in the world of our Creator, it becomes apparent who we truly are bearing gifts for the world. Those were just a few gifts, but each and every one of us have so many gifts to share, to enjoy, to maximize, and see the results. Becoming good friends with that lovely child within is in and of itself a gift to the world, because a validated one is one with their power and free to follow his spirit. Always works. It's so special. Now, I got another surprise this morning because as I was posting the broadcast on Facebook, there was you know how they always give you your memories? Well, maybe today, a year ago, Robert broadcast. And when I read the introduction to his broadcast, I was thrilled. So, of course, I posted that, and it says the title of his broadcast was "The Fineness of Your Being is Now in Your Hands." I wrote notes to myself all over us. Okay. And I have another note. A present from us celebrating Robert's birthday. Just email me and I will send you the recording of this broadcast from last year. And now it's my pleasure to read it, even though some of you might have already seen it on Facebook. It says, he said, "The satisfaction of seeing yourself as the real being that you know is overwhelming. So we continue to go forward and look for new things, but in reality, we're looking for more aspects of ourself, more brilliance, not things to do, things to demonstrate. And the earthly things that we've been demonstrating don't really do anything for us. The things that do things for us are the sudden feelings of connection from a child, from an animal, from a friend, from someone you don't know. And the continuation of that happening is what keeps you in touch with yourself. And it's not at a higher level. It's at the real level that you know, with all the standards that you brought with you, not that were set here on earth. Thank you, Robert." Wonderful. Robert also said, and it bears repeating, "The world has changed, and you have no need to continue with the effort you have delivered in the past. The relaxed nature that is part of your origin can now be delivered to the world in doses that are within the scope of every person. You are about to lead the way through a totally different medium than has been used in the past, and it will deliver itself into your field without notification. The ease with which you will proceed will be totally governed by this medium that has been prepared for you for this time. Simply move forward and allow the tides of time to carry you through your random path of destiny. There is no way that anything can go wrong, even though some of your expectations may be dashed upon the rocks along the way." It's all one message. And it is my honor to deliver it. And now we're about to embark on something brand new. By now, I'm hoping that you've all read Your Personal Supercomputer, because it is the primer of tomorrow. I have it posted online. It's on my website. and it starts with Barbara and the numeral 1. Just email me because it's up there. It's a flip book. You can read it and you can listen to it because now we have graduated to Robert's next book, which you have not seen, and it's called Working with Your Personal Supercomputer. And we'll take this one chapter at a time. Chapter 1. All of your experience has to this point been preparing you for the development of your life into the excellence of the next 1,000 years. Your enthusiastic awareness of the fact that there is much more available to humanity than has been expressed by the most advanced teachers in our society will now become a reality as you adventure into a world that is so close to you that you are not even aware of its presence. Technology has captured our imagination and has taken us to where we feel more comfortable and more like the being that we expect to be on this earth. Our communication is easy. Our transportation has accelerated to where the world is a small place, and our home appliances take away the time-consuming tasks of maintaining our everyday life. We have created an extremely good copy of the world of our imagination, and we now venture into space to continue on another front. Many of us are in awe of our progress and sometimes find that it surpasses our own capability. When we look beyond technology, we are not able to remove ourselves from the framework of technology without introducing another set of structures that have been conveniently placed in our knowing to capture the transition. You can move from technology into spirituality or belief, and then on to science and back to the supernatural, with all the aspects and connections to science and belief. Then there is nature and spirit and so on, but there is no opening for the unknown and the brilliance of your life. To create an opening for the unknown in our lives, we have pointed to various events in life and described how the action of your personal supercomputer, as we call it lovingly, PSC, takes a step beyond technology and creates what is seen as miracles in our lives. In the introductory mini book, Your Personal Supercomputer, we have opened the vision of a distinct possibility that we are missing what is sitting right in front of us. And now we will go further to demonstrate what is not only possible, but what is our next step in the evolution of humanity, both on and beyond the physical plane. I'd love to go to chapter 2, but I think we'll save that for the next broadcast. Isn't that exciting? This is the primer. This is how we learn who we are. It holds all the answers. So do read your personal supercomputer in book form. I believe it's on Amazon. Or go online and be our guest and enjoy the audio or just read it. And the best part is there's this great, wonderful picture of Robert on the cover. So enjoy. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what the next page holds. Okay. It's perfect. It's David's writing. What could be more lovely and wonderful and appropriate at this moment? It is the writing that you heard on Wednesday, and now you hear it again, and it's called Surpass It All. Excuse me. There have been many things that have been created to make you forget who you are, but you will surpass them all. I am here to receive and give this information so that we all may step into our incredible magnificence. We've had many lifetimes of wearing these limitations, but soon we will surpass them all. They are so subtle in their delivery. For many times we don't even know that we have received them. Most of them are delivered, rooted in fear, connected to our bodies, our finances, and ultimately our survival. But how does something survive when it never dies? Only when you are aware of experiencing the world through your eternal origin can you let the other world of limitations go. And the world of your origin is simply the world of magic and miracles, where everything shows up at the exact time that you need it, and not a minute before. A world where there are no limits to what you can experience, and where the word survival does not exist. This world is so expansive and unlimited, and it is your home. Your vibration creates an energetic field that moves freely within all the infinite dimensions of reality. And as you look around to find yourself in this third dimension of matter, you can start to see that there is no difference. The same unlimited power that you have in the higher dimension also exists in you here. Knowing this, you can feel the surpassing of it all. But living this, you will have surpassed it all. Now, when someone says, you need to exercise or your body will stop working, you can say, I'm sorry, I've surpassed that program. When they say, you need to eat more of this and less of that so you don't get cancer, you can say, I'm sorry, I've surpassed that program. And when they say, you shouldn't buy that, you should be putting money away for your future, you can say, sorry, I have surpassed that program. These are just a few of the thousands of programs that are running and that are soon about to die in the brilliant light of your majestic being. They will drop off as easily as leaves falling off a magnificent oak tree when the cold winds of winter approach. These thoughts were not even in your view when you were creating planets and suns throughout the universe, and they don't really exist now. They've been instituted to help you forget who you are and not use your full power. Come with me and remember the you that I know, the you that sprinkles stardust upon the land with a flip of a wand, the you that makes it rain when there is no rain, the you that makes everything happen with a smile on your face and a wink of your eye. You will no longer live in this world as a subject, but you will now live as kings and queens with a regal countenance, making a way for others to step onto their royal throne by letting them know that they too will surpass it all. That's wonderful. Thank you, David. Cherishing these moments as we cherish each other. And feeling cherished, we come together and David has captured the coming together in his writing titled Reunion. Wow. Think of a greeting with family or friends that you have not seen for a while. People you love and who love you. People who also have a common thread, a connection from a moment or a lifetime of moments. Some of those moments may have been difficult to get through together, and some of those moments were amazing adventures that took you to the outer reaches of the universe. Either way, there was a bond that was formed. It matters not if it was through adversity or joy. You were creating an unbreakable bond that never goes away and that will always exist. Even though you may have moved apart and each one took a new path through life according to how their individual spirit led them. Now, think of the moment when you are able to reunite. All the love and joy of that connection comes pouring through. The smiles and the laughter and the remembrances of moments shared together. When this happens, there is an energy that mirrors the energy of creation. There is an explosion of power that cannot be measured by any system ever created. For in that moment, there is enough energy to eliminate all the negativity that has ever existed in all the universes that have ever been created. There is no need to give an explanation for this power because none is needed. And everyone hearing these words have experienced this feeling at some point in their life. Go there now and see the beautiful faces and the amazing smiles of those you are reuniting with. There may be physical changes, but the signature vibration is what you can feel. And it is that signature vibration that you have connected to all along. In that moment, when you come together, there is really nothing to do but immerse yourself in each other's fields and allow the energy of such a magical moment to continue to rise until it cannot be contained and it spills out onto everyone and everything throughout the universe. No power can ever stand against this energy. It must turn and go the other way or be disintegrated. And the simplicity of it all is that there is nothing to do. The moment of coming together fulfilled everything in an instant because the energy that is created to change the world. Once again, thank you, David, for bringing this in. Email me. You must have this in writing so that you can stand and speak these words out loud. It affects your whole being. It acknowledges you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to voice what I know to be true. With the help of these wonderful men, Robert and David. And at this time, I still can only see to the hedges. But the sparkles in this room are dazzling. So till next time, we here at the Advancement Center are wishing you a perfect life, perfect health, and an amazing future that is magical. Thank you.